In Africa, they like saying thank you when they're burying somebody. On the day of burial, they say, I have been so and so, I've been so cooperative, I've been so social. There's some days that I don't appreciate. But allow me to say this today, you're a great teacher to many human beings. It's our wish that because of your presence on earth, we benefit. And therefore, we humbly request that if possible, you could be done next to your school, be a teacher still, that you will help us, you keep on mentoring us. Amidst all these challenges of teaching 100 children in the class, you could keep on being by our side up the time we shall reach the climax. And now when you keep on communicating to us, we keep on talking, we send you our going, how we are doing, and then you respond, you advise, and now we shall make it. It is easy to contact us through our leaders. We have one of our Director General and the Director Administration and Finance. It is always easy, and especially for a primary school, please, how I pray that you keep on talking to us even every week. You email things to us, we pick it, and we go by that. Lira is still a young school. It is young. We want to come and fight most of these challenges of having many children in the class, having few teachers. Yeah, we are in a remote place of poverty, but we want to offer quality education so that a child living here can even fit any school in the world. And for us to do that, we need a lot of capacity building. We need a lot of advice, a lot of guidance. At the moment, we lack very many materials. You saw when you are writing, we have to give you chalk to write, and the chalk is breaking. While now the world has gone to using whiteboards and using markers, but because of the way we are still in a humble beginning. So it is our humble request that if possible, where you can help us with some modern materials so that we can also move away from the chalkboard to the whiteboards. Actually, in Africa, when you come, you only see whiteboards in universities. When you come to our school, the level of elementary, going to the level of high school, the beginners, you don't see whiteboards because of the nature. The poverty here, I think, is far, far different from the poverty in the USA. Because there are people who cannot afford $1 one month. 1 month, they can't afford $1. So you can imagine the level of poverty. Now when you come to a fair place like this is a town area, we have the government public schools, which should have been free. But again, it is not free. It is, I think the fee is charged between $10 to $20. That is a public school in a town area. Now you can see that many children who are really living below the poverty level, they can't afford $1 for a month, their children can't get education. And that is where we are. That's why the ignorance is still too high. Education has not yet climbed so high because of all those. So it's our humble prayer that if there's a way you can support us, we shall welcome. Here, a child of 6 years to touch a computer, it is a coincidence.
An unusual one, I'm sure.
That is, what about teachers?
You all need that.
At least in my office, I have a computer made in 1990s. But at least in my office, that one, the secretary now uses it for typing office work, for typing examination. Now you see we are very far. We talk about laptop, that one is history to teachers. So we have not yet gone to the extent of e-learning. E-learning is not yet there. We are not yet using projectors as a learning aid. So if there is a way your school can support our school, even if it is just a little support, you are going to make us great school, great teachers, great children. That is our humble request. Now, even we're talking about the phonic, the reading, sound reading. We don't have readers. We don't have enough materials. We have so few books that our children in Africa are not exposed to books even at home. If you visit a family who cannot get $1 in 1 month, and even at school you tell them to bring a pencil which is almost free, very cheap, like almost free, but they don't afford a pencil. Actually, most of our schools, people go and sit down on the soil to learn writing on the soil because they can't afford a pencil and a book, a simple book. Now you can see where we are. Africa is still far. So it's our humble request that since you have so many of these readers, and we are very far. And I thank God the school is a Christian school. So if there was a way you could support us, and as we become your next, you see a way of giving us something to make us move on. We shall be so grateful. But above all is our prayers that you come and visit us so sooner than we expected. I know all the travel expenses. I know it is not easy, but I wish you make us part of you. You mentor, teach us in this part. You know, when you talk to teachers like today, and these teachers are not the same like the way they were in the morning. Now they know how to help a child who is not meeting, a child who cannot perform, leave alone the average children. You know, most of them have that question, what do you do with a child who cannot perform? Not that the children were not able to perform really. There's something lacking. But I think now they have known that even if a child is not performing, there is something about that child. That child can still be brought up. Not to say that it's not performing. Let that one be dropped to lower level, be demoted, go back. You cannot perform, go back. I think now our teachers have learned that even if a child is at 0, but there is something to be done. I think that is good. That's why I've called you a great teacher. At least today our teachers know that even a child who is at a level of 0%, very low, very far, almost to negative, at least that child can still be helped. The child can pick. This is one of the great things we have learned from you today. And I want to say here that may God bless you. We finally want to wish you a good journey, mercies. Our sister Lisa has mentioned something very important about football. And when we talk about football here, people love it. Even teachers here, each of them is attached to a football team. When Manchester is playing, you see the town even at night, they want to sing. But the problem is we lack the skills. We lack the skills. They see the score. When somebody hits the ball, somebody falls down and he's almost sick. The problem is lacking the skill of heading. So somebody hits the ball and somebody falls sick. So really, we appreciate and I thank God to have somebody who is open-hearted like you. There are few of such people on earth. You travel across continents, across countries, uniting tribes, families together in the name of football. How I wish you be part of us and you make this game really interesting here. Because of you, we're going to learn real football. And they're going to see that they're really talented people, but the problem is we lack the skills. So when you mentioned the sports academy, my heart was overjoyed. I think something new is coming to this land. I pray that God give you all the health and everything that will help this place also to grow in the name of football. I don't have much to say. I finally wish you a good journey, mercy. Like I said, my name is Alex. I have an email number, but always the easiest to get me. I've learned of something. One day we had here an interesting sports uniform. I didn't know. But dear teachers, the person who donated that sports uniform is Lisa.